Sagittarius, it's Lynn from Tinker Tarot and Cartomancy, and I'm here to do your November. Movember, grow in that hair if you want for this month. Be a rebel. Um, so November is the 11th month, so we have a 2, 11 or a 2. And a 2 is about planning, partnership, gathering the information together to know what step you're going to go forward in. So this is planning and thinking and partnership, collaborating or thinking about collaborating or who you're going to collaborate with. Okay. So, and it's the next step after the 1. The 1 is the idea, the offer, the invitation. And so then we do the planning, and in the 3, we start to put it into action. So let me get these cards off here so I can show you. Sacred Rebels. I'm not really an oracle person, but I like this deck a lot. Sacred Rebels Oracle. Can you see that very well? There we go. I have all the lights on, but that sunlight is almost creating a shadow. So love this deck here. And in the Sacred Rebels Oracle, you got 3 cards that jumped out today. The first one is Pandora's Gift. And this means all gifted. It means it's like a magician card, It means that you have all the gifts to proceed forward. You can manifest what you want and you know how to do it, This is a very creative card, because you're going to create with this. You know what you need to do. And you don't mind if people don't believe you. You don't mind if they can't see the vision, but you can, okay? And then you have collaborative dreaming. And remember I said you're getting ready to collaborate. All 3 people have a spiral or something going on in different parts of themselves. And so they have something different to contribute to the plan, to the creative idea, to the project, to the partnership. And and with these people, they can help you take your vision forward. Okay, there could be more than 3. And then spirals of manifestation. So this is kind of a neat card because it seems our dream, our wish, or what we're trying to make happen is far away. It's off in the distance, and it seems like it's going to be quite a while before something like that happens. But it's a lot closer than you think. With just a turn of a wheel, turn of an event, it comes forward very quickly. And it's from past actions or conversations that you've had before that's bringing it to this point now. Excuse me. Always have to seem to cough. Then in the tarot, this is the Druid tarot. And I can see there's a situation. That's something you're trying to work out, a dispute, a conflict of some sort, and it bothers you. It even, bothers you into the night, and you worry about this, and you're trying to figure it out. How can you work this out? It could be between 2 people. It could be through a group of people, and so you're trying to help work out the conflict of these opposing views or ideas, okay? And then you have the 2 of Pentacles. And the 2 is like in November. She's juggling these 2 pentacles, okay? And she's trying to wait for the right moment. She's trying to wait for that ship to come in, for something to happen where she can take action. Because in the two, we're planning, we're thinking, we're figuring it out. And when she's juggling with what she has now until something else comes in and she's able to do more with what she has, her idea, her plan. And so there's some sort of something you're trying to, the problem could be with juggling. Someone has to juggle their finances. They have to juggle their time, their energy, and they have to try and figure out how they're going to get it around to pay for everything, to help everybody, and it's difficult to do it, be everywhere at once, this kind of feeling. And then you have the moon, right? And the moon is confusion, and it's also where things are foggy. They're not exactly clear. This may be for you or the people in the situation, where the moon is causing confusion and fog, and there's no clarity. We can't see which way to go. We don't know who to listen to. We don't know what they mean by what they're saying. And we assume things, So the moon is causing, or the moon cycles are causing some of the confusion, some of the miscommunication in this situation, right? And you're trying to bide your time, and you're trying to work out something here. And I think it's bothering you a lot because it falls into your reading as well. In the recent past, there is conflict. People aren't getting along. This is around you. This is at work or at home or both. In your neighborhood. I don't know. But everyone's talking and nobody's listening. Not really listening, because they're already thinking of the next thing they want to say, their point that they want to make. But they're not actually listening to what's being said. They could be hearing it critically too, instead of just hearing it. But it's causing conflict, and no one's able to see the real point here, okay? And I think you're trying to figure out a solution, some sort of gem that they will hear that will help heal the situation. Because I think that's what you want to do, is you want to help heal the situation, and putting in another opinion isn't going to do it, and maybe you've tried that before. You're one of those people in there putting in opinions, and so you realize you need to start from scratch and try something new, and it has to do with healing, an investment in healing. And then you have the Prince of Cups, and the Prince of Cups is the Grail Prince. He holds the Holy Grail, which is the Grail of love, and nourishment. And the Knight wants to express love, express feelings, express from the heart. And I think that this is how you're deciding to heal this situation, with love, with understanding, with compassion, not judgment, not opinions, not solutions, just love. Okay? Nurturing. In the present. Now I gotta tell you, Sag, this reading gets more and more powerful as we go through. It starts with the issues at hand, and then it moves into something much more powerful. And I think you're becoming very powerful in the situation you're in. Okay? And I feel like you found yourself in this situation, like you kind of met it halfway, okay? And this has been a learning process that's been going on all your life. All of the things that have happened to you, the good and the bad, have contributed to who you are now and your knowledge and what you're going to do with it, okay? In the present, we begin with the star. And here we are pouring one jug of water in the water and then another jug of water on the land. We're cleansing all the energy. We're cleansing ourself. And the star, the biggest message here is having hope, believing in the resolution, believing that good will conquer all, you know. And when you started that nourishing, that healing, to help fix or to help heal a situation, you healed yourself first and you realized your own purity, you know, your own misgivings, you know, the good and the bad and all your experience that brought you to now, and you accept that about yourself. It's a lot of self-acceptance in this card, and you've reached some sort of sanctuary within the self, okay? So this is a card of hope. This is a card of wishes, you know. Also, it's a card of letting go of all the rules and the constraints and the beliefs and the judgments, and whether they were put on you or you judged. That's letting go of all that, okay, and seeing something. You're clearing the murky waters of that moon card. You're clearing that so you can see clearly. Then you have the King of Cups. And the King of Cups has learned a lot on the emotional level. He's learned all of the phases. It's been through everything on the emotional level. He's learned to control his emotions. But this is a time of responsibility with our compassion and our love and our being in relationships, okay? This person may come into your life as a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio person. This could be the person that you love, that loves you. But this person is not only soft and sweet, but also holds responsibility at the very highest level at this point. All the kings have learned their lesson in their suit, but now they take responsibility for it. So even though they care and they love and they're very compassionate, they know that there's a responsibility that comes with that. This could be a doctor, a healer of some sort, someone that knows how to nurture, is very nurturing and loving. And so this could be you, because I feel like you're going to nurture, you're going to heal, you're going to do something with love, okay? And then we have the Hermit. The Hermit could be you or someone around you. I feel like it's someone around you that or maybe more than one person that has kind of locked themselves away. They spend maybe too much time alone, and they have time to do a lot of thinking. And they're trying to see the light. They're trying to see the right path for them, or you trying to see the right path for yourself. And wanting to use wisdom, not what other people say, not what our feelings are. You know, this is being very wise and trying to see the light. And this person is a lone wolf. They feel on their own. They may even have a dog, you know. And I feel like this person hides away. They don't go outside. They don't communicate. That they're probably very lonely, but very wise person, okay? Mature beyond their years. And I think this is who the king is nurturing, is giving love to, is you know, I just noticed the king also has a dog. And this could be one and the same person. They're looking at each other, right? Very caring, very compassionate. But the king also doesn't put both feet in, is cautious, because he's been through relationships before, been hurt, maybe doesn't exactly count on other people, but wants to. But, this is an interesting, they both have a dog with them. One has a wolf, one has a dog, but, it's the same family there. I think the hermit longs to be the king, and the king sees himself probably as the hermit, is lonely, as trying to find the light, And then we come to the future near the end of November, and this is where all the magic happens. We begin with the Ferret, which is temperance, which is learning to balance our emotions and our fiery passions, our rebel in ourselves. It's learning to balance that fire and water and making it into something. The ultimate wish is for happiness, because we can see it in the rainbow in the background. This is what we're trying to create, is rainbow and a balance. But the Ferret is also about patience, learning patience and learning to do things right, and don't give up, keep trying, But this is excelling to a new level. This is being able to take ingredients and make something magical. Okay, so this is a gift. And it's the last card in the second cycle of the major tarot. So they go in, there's 21 cards, so it's seven cycles of 7. And so this is number 14, right? Yeah, number 14. So this is, you've reached the second level now, okay, in the Ferret. You've gained knowledge through the Hermit. You've gained knowledge through the other things that you've been through here. And so you've reached this new level of not just achievement, but of also, knowing who you are and what your gifts are and what you're able to do with them, okay? Then with the Ferret, which is, reaching the second level, you have the Magician. And this person reaches to the heavens, gathers the energy from the heavens, along with all their skills. This person can see messages in the stars and the planets and the constellations, can see the way cycles move, but cannot see everything. His back is against this, and he can see everything around there, but he can't see that. And so the Magician has gifts to bring things to fruition, to create something, to manifest it, to take that idea and do something with it, get it to go forward. She's making the recipe, the concoction, and he knows what to do with it. This is part of that collaboration I'm talking about. And I'm also, the Magician could be someone around you. You could be the Ferret. I feel like you're in you've reached the second level of knowing, of training, of maturity. And then there's the Wheel. She also has a wand just like the Magician, except her wand points to the earth, creating balance. There are a lot of 8s in this reading, 8s and 9s. But the 8 is like that infinity where we keep going around and we learn this cycle and then we go around to this cycle, which you're doing in the Ferret. You're entering the 3rd cycle. And here she carries that little dream catcher, right? And it has 8 cycles in it, celebrating the 8 celebrations of the Druids in a year. And then she has the double spiral of manifestation, which is also an 8. So it's 8 is represents balance as well. And then the wheel, she's drawing the new path, she can see where she needs to go now. She's come out of the cave of the hermit. She's come out of the cave and knows what she needs to do. This person, this Prince of Cups, could be a very compassionate, loving sweetheart. It enters a hermit mode and feels lonely and depressed and is trying to see the light, trying to see the right direction to go. And in the Wheel of Fortune, they come out of that cave and they feel inspired, they feel powerful. You do, Sagittarius, as well. You are also in this wheel creating something new, creating something powerful, okay? Using your magic, your skills, your knowledge, your gifts, right there, your gifts in Pandora's box I think, to heal in some way, to do some sort of healing conflict, healing disputes, healing different ideas, we have that in our families now. We see it online everywhere, all these disputes and people feeling that way. I'm black, you're white. I feel green, you feel yellow. It's just all these sides. And so I feel like you're going to offer healing. You're going to offer your gifts, your knowledge, your skills, and you're going to combine these things that you have gathered, all these ingredients you have gathered to make something. You're going to take it from this side of the 8, and now we're moving over to this side of the 8. It's so interesting. Wow. It's really, really powerful. We also have that double spiral up here, because this is where you start thinking of it first, okay? In the Princess of Pentacles. She can't take her eyes off this idea she has to invest, to heal, and is really focused on that, has a lot of passion towards it. In the Cartomancy, you begin with the 7 of Clubs, and this is worry. And I can see that you're doing that back here. You're worrying about the situation, these people in your life that you're trying to help, So let's see what comes of it here. The Cartomancy is the art of reading the regular playing cards. And I make 7 piles, kind of in the shape of a star, and I go around till there's 3 cards in each pile face down, and then I turn them over as I get to them. So in the here and now, where we find ourselves at the present moment, you have the 4 of Diamonds, the 5 of Hearts, and the 9 of Hearts. This is nice. So the 4 of Diamonds usually is a pause, and it's stability, where we sort of ground ourselves. And in this one, we could be saving money or kind of, just at a standstill where we're making a decision of what our next move is, what we want to invest in. And so there's something about the heart here. You may receive a gift, and it could be something sentimental, something that you value because it means something to you. It may not have monetary value. It may represent stability to you. But I feel that it's value to you because it means something to you. You also have the Nine of Hearts, and this is the wish card. This is a yes card. What you're wanting to happen is happening. I think there's a possibility that there could be an opportunity for investment for you in your stability. So there's some sort of stability, financial stability here that you're wanting, and there's a gift coming to you that I think because of who you are, and that's why it means something to you, or who it's from. And it's going to make a dream come true, a wish come true. And when I said back here in the spirals of manifestation, there's something that you wish for, that you want to happen for yourself, or maybe others, maybe for those around you. And it feels far away, and it feels like there's so much work to do, and I just don't know if I'll be able to get there. It's pretty far off, or too high for me to reach, but it's a lot closer than you think it is. I'm excited for you, Sag. So, coming in, you have the Three of Spades, the King of Diamonds, and the Nine of Clubs. So this looks like about around the work site. There's an obstacle here, and the obstacle could be this King of Diamonds. The King of Diamonds is usually an older man. He's mature. He could have gray or white hair. He's often fatherly, like this could be like a father figure or your boss. And so this person either has an obstacle and it's at the work site, or this person becomes an obstacle at the work site. Okay, this King of Diamonds. This could be you too. You have to decide who you are in this cartomancy thing. Above you, you have the 10 of Diamonds, the 7 of Diamonds, and the 2 of Hearts. So, 10 of Diamonds, this is financial success. This is part of what you want, and I don't think you're a big money person. Like, money doesn't move you, Sagittarius, but I think you think about the generations to come, what follows you. And so when you invest for reasons, for stability, for family, for, I think you share what you have, to tell you the truth. And this is something you're wishing for, is financial stability. Okay. And somehow you're going to find it in love, in relationship. This is what you want in your relationship, is financial stability. I think you also want to give back in some way. But I think that there's something in relationship. This could be with family too. It doesn't have to be a lover. These two people see eye to eye. You could plan something together. There's a wish coming true. This also could be a close friend or someone you're very close to, but there's it's some sort of something you're wishing for, but it's through partnership. It's through aligning with someone, okay? So this is normally your work pile, and I see 2 of Diamonds, Ace of Spades, and the 10 of Spades. Whew. Okay, the 2 of Diamonds. So this is a partnership, possibly. This is a meeting. The 2s also could be meetings, where you're going on a date, having a business meeting with your banker, your lawyer, whoever. And so this is a business meeting of some sort, okay? To just maybe discuss a contract or something like that. Now this looks like possibly the end of something, okay? I feel like someone's term is coming to an end. Maybe they were supposed to be there for 3 months or a year or something, covering for someone else's illness, perhaps something like this. But this is completion, ace to the 10. And I feel like someone's cycle or term is coming to an end, okay? Also, possibly a partnership here, a deal, a business relationship is coming to an end. All right. This also could be something that was kind of nasty that was going on, that is also coming to an end. How others are seeing you or influencing you, you have the 3 of clubs, the 6 of clubs, and the 8 of spades. The 3 of clubs is hard work and perseverance, and you're trying to climb the ladder. It looks like you're trying to establish yourself, maybe get a promotion, maybe get recognition at work. You're putting a lot of time and energy and hard work towards this, okay? But I'm going to tell you, there could be jealous people around you, because I feel like there's some sort of discussion with you over the steps you're taking, or the how you're doing it, or because it feels like, you know, when someone's getting more attention than you at work, or not necessarily than you, but someone's doing really well, excelling, you know, really taking a department in a good direction, and people like, oh, well, you know, someone else did that before. She's not the only one. Like it's called lateral violence. That is lateral violence, where it's kind of sideways comes at you. You know, people don't really say it to the face, but there is some sort of negative talk around what you're building, what you're achieving, what you're doing. And I don't think it's on you, to tell you the truth. I don't think it's on you. But I also want to say, out of all this hard work you're doing and all these steps you're taking and how you're building something up, be careful what you say, Sag, because you know you have no filter. I'm Sag too. I know I have no filter. And I've really got to watch my mouth sometimes, because I just blurt things out, and it's never meaning to hurt somebody, but I end up doing that at times. So we do have to be careful. So in the foundation, 9 of spades, Jack of diamonds, and the 3 of diamonds. So this is an illness. This is a health problem. Could be a mental health problem. And it has to do with the Jack of diamonds. I think that someone, a younger person around you, is having health problems, having mental health problems. Maybe drawn into some sort of sick world, which could be drugs, alcohol, self-harming, something like that. But I feel like there is potential here. I feel like, you know, they're going to get better. They're going to heal or begin to heal. This is the beginning of the wish coming true, okay? And it's about also aligning things together. You know, stay out of this arguing, this conflict, this lateral violence, this baiting. You know, people can bait us into conversations that have no good end. So what's the point of getting into it? You know, it's going to lead nowhere good. So we just don't enter that, okay? But someone, I think, is beginning to heal, beginning to do better, and you're going to hear this, you're going to see this. I feel like this is a younger person around you. They could have green, gray, or very pale blue eyes. I think there's a lot of potential in this person. They mean well, but they've been going through some sort of a hard time. And this is reflective in other places in your reading. And then in the surprise, well, surprise, 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 Sagittarius. Wow. This is really something. Okay. This is really something, Sagittarius. You probably aren't going to believe it. I really think there's a huge possibility there is a home or a new home coming. This usually represents the new job or home, and this represents new love or home. Both of these represent home and something new beginning. And then a 10 of clubs in the other side. This is creative success. This is also possibly moving. You know, it's talking about completion, and there is, this is long term. You know, you have the ace to the 10. This is something long term, stable. You're able to see it to the end. This is very successful. I'm going to tell you that. And also, like, it's just so cool how you have these two aces around this 10. For one thing, you have the two aces of November, right? And the 10 is completing, like, you're either going to complete something at work, a project, or something you've been working on, or you are moving. You're moving jobs, or you're moving home. And this is going to surprise you. You do not expect this. But you're happy about it. You're happy about it, Sag. Wow. This month, which is your birthday month, by the way, happy birthday, Sagittarius. I can't even believe I didn't even say that this whole time. This is a big month for you. This is when things... You can see the picture so clearly. You can see the map and where you need to go, where your next destination is, and with what and how. You know, you can see the picture so clearly. And I think it's a lot closer than you think. It's not as far off. It's not as much work as you think. Although you're willing to do it, Sag. You're willing to do it. You're a hard worker, and you're determined. So, and especially when it comes to family, you know, and people, because you're a humanitarian too, Sag. You believe in people. You know, you can't kick a person while they're down. That's not what you do. And so this is important work that you're doing, I have to say. So congratulations. I'm really proud of you. I'm happy for you. I think there is reward coming in the form of stability and recognition, you know, and one of the biggest parts of the recognition is coming from you. You believe in you. Finally, you know, you believe it. So anyway, congrats. Love you. Happy birthday. Happy Thanksgiving to those of you that are you're in the States, it's Thanksgiving in November. In Canada, it's Thanksgiving in October. And Thanksgiving is a teaching, you know, that we'll reap the seeds that we sow. So we sowed seeds back in the spring 2 seasons ago. And now we're collecting the bounty. We're seeing the rewards. And this is just more than on the table. This is in your life, the work you put in, because you just don't plant those seeds. You know, you have to cultivate, you have to weed them and water them and take care of them. And now you get the bounty, you get the rewards. So it's in more ways than one here for you, Sag. Anyway, I'm so happy for you. Let me know if this is relevant for you. I'd love to hear. All right, bye now.